Mike and the boys. I'm Big Mike, and here's some boys. Pat, what's the crack?
Mike's on the phone, everybody.
I'm on the phone.
Why is he on the phone and not the...
We explained it last week before the Patreon episode.
Week?
Look, here we are.
Explaining it now.
Mike had to go home. He doesn't have his equipment with him. He has no microphone, bar the microphone on his AirPods or whatever you call them.
I've got no snare in my headphones.
It should be called No Mike and the Boys, because he hasn't got his mic.
Oh my god!
You see what I did there?
Yeah.
And the microphone on my AirPods is very small, so it should be called Little Mike and the Boys.
You boys.
You boys.
Do you do professional comedy?
We like a little bit of the pun.
Do you stand up in front of audiences and recite your comedy? Or is it just all improv?
It's all improv.
Yes,
all improv. And. For
all
the one guys.
Yes, and.
Yes, and. Where do you do this?
Yes, and I do this down at the local theatre.
Yes, and where is that theatre exactly based?
In space.
Yes, and how is it up there in space?
Well, you know how it is in space when there's not much oxygen.
Yes, and Mars is no place to raise a kid. Yes.
Yes, and Venus, though.
Is also no place to raise a kid.
Yeah, also no place to raise a kid.
Yes, and Mike, have you ever been to Mars or Venus, and have you yes and tried to raise a kid, or yes and no?
I've never been on...
Mike, go back.
Yes.
Yes, I've
no, Mike, you seem to be forgetting the first rule of improv.
But...
No, wait. No. Go again. No, go again. Try it again, Mike. Have you ever been to Mars or Venus and tried to raise a kid? Yes and or no?
No.
Mike, it's yes and. You mustn't be very good at the improv.
Well, what about the joke I made earlier?
Oh yeah, that was good. That actually got us onto all this. Yes, and I enjoyed it.
Okay, so this week we are doing
improv. Yes,
Never. That's the theme. Shut up, Pat. The joke's gone, Pat. The joke
hasn't.
This week's episode is called Room to Improv, and we're just gonna fucking room to improv.
Okay.
Yes.
I'd like to start this week on the phone with a little segment I like to call Pat's Chit Chat.
So we're still doing this. But we haven't even mentioned what the topic of this week is, and that's what my chit chat's normally about.
Yes, and what is the chitty chat of this week? Are you fucking
serious, Pat? I said it.
Did you say it?
No, you didn't say it, Mike.
No, you didn't.
I said this week episode. I said better words than that. This week's episode is worst jobs ever, and you were improv.
No,
for me.
No, you said...
I said that.
No, you didn't, Mike. You said, I'm Big Mike, and here are some boys, and then we went off on the improv shit. You didn't get a chance to say it. You never said it. This is the worst job I've ever had.
When you listen back, you don't get paid for this. That doesn't even count as a job.
Well, if you said it didn't come through the phone which you're on this side.
It may not be a job, but it's bloody hard work working with you.
Yeah, so this week's episode is about the worst jobs.
You've already said this!
Tell us about the worst job you ever had.
Let's chitty chat about it, Paddy Pat.
So, one of the worst jobs I've ever had, not for the sense of the work. The work was mind-numbing factory shit. I was putting lids on tubs of body butter for 8 hours straight. Night shifts at a factory.
Body butter, Pat.
Just the tubs of body butter. You think there would be a machine to put lids on things? I was that machine. And so I was working night shifts in this factory. Money was fucking great. Only 3 other people, I would say, could actually speak English. And one guy I get chatting to seems friendly enough. And so it's like, okay, he speaks English, he's kind of friendly. I'll talk to him. And so we chat a bit, and after about a week of working shifts together, go on our lunch break at, 3 o'clock in the morning. And he's like, oh, like, we should go for a drink at some point. Like, can I get your number? And I'm just like, yeah, fuck it. Why not? Gave him my number. And seconds later, I get a message from an unknown number asking if I am a virgin.
He had some intuition, this guy.
And I was just like, at this point, I think I spent my 21st birthday. Right. No, it was my 18th birthday. I spent working in the factory. And I was like, who is this strange number? I've literally just given this man my number. There's no way he would text me that straight away. He did. And I was just like, did you just send me this? And he was just like, yeah. I was like, okay. No, I'm not.
I've had tons of girlfriends. Yeah.
And I was just like, why were you asking? And he was like, oh, I was just curious, you know. And the kid's straight, apparently.
He just wanted to know if you're a virgin.
Yeah, but had to text me it.
Why?
And I just don't bloody know.
Where was he from, Pat?
He was from my neck of the woods, I think. Yeah.
Oh, like, I thought when you were, like, surprised he spoke English, he was definitely going to be from Eastern Europe.
I never said I was surprised he spoke English. I said 3 other people spoke English.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yes, and then we went to space. No. And yeah, that was one of the worst jobs I've had.
Just because of being accused of being a virgin thing, was it?
Yeah, I was like, how bloody dare you? I know I'm not in my prime yet.
I know, but you had tons of girlfriends by then.
I had one, I think.
But what made it that was
the job itself wasn't actually so bad. That's just something that stood out as soon as I found out the message of tonight. The worst job, well, I'm in the process of changing jobs at the moment.
That's the worst job you ever had.
Like, as far as jobs go, I've never really had anything where the work itself has been that bad. It's normally the situation around it, or colleagues, or clientele, or owners that make the job more of a struggle. But yeah, like, out of everything else, the factory work was the most mind-numbing, shitty job. Pretty sure I got repetitive strain injury as well, because boy, was I good at putting lids on body butter.
How long were you doing it for?
About 4 months, I'd say.
How many lids do you reckon you put on a day?
I couldn't even bloody tell you.
Was it conveyor belt, like boom, 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 boom?
It was
boom,
like
boom.
Not just the regular singular conveyor belt. There was like fucking in a meter by 50 square. There'd be about 20 tubs of body butter, and there'd be me and a couple of others, or me on one side,
a couple other virgins,
a couple other bloody. And yeah, it was just doing that for so long. Never did any warehouse work, like that kind of shit. The worst paid job I ever had was working for my dad when I was like 13 years old, shifting all these wine boxes, fucking lugging them about, backbreaking work. And he'd give me a $5 at the end of the day, and I used to be chuffed to bits with that. And it was like,
best job I ever had.
Milky Bars are on me.
I bet, Pat, if you actually look back, you probably were working for like 2 hours, and it felt like you were working all day.
In my dad's shop, nah, I was like, it comes up quite often, and he mocks us for that. Like, I used to do like KP work as well in kitchens, doing the dishes and stuff. Fine with that. It's all I can do most jobs as long as the situation around it's all right. It's the people, or if I can't listen to music, that makes it shit. So yeah, perhaps chit chat.
Well, what's the worst job you ever bloody had?
Worst bloody job I ever had.
Was it taking the lids off that body butter?
No, actually, the factory work was probably the most mind-numbing work I had. But I don't know what I'd say was the worst job I ever had. What I was doing is I had this in the factory. We were making air ventilation units, and I had to staple the filters into the into the unit, basically. It was pretty cool.
Can you explain?
Yeah, right. So there was like these metal square brackets, and then you'd have this like bag filter, and you'd have to pull the bag up around it, and you had this fucking big industrial stapler on a hook from the ceiling.
Yeah.
And it was like hydraulics, and you just like had to clamp the bag in place, and that was just the most minding shit because you just do a million of them a day. But like you say, when you're listening to music, you just bash through it.
Yeah, you can do almost anything.
But the worst...
With a good podcast. What's the music?
No such thing. The worst job I ever had was when I was 15. I left school to be a bricklayer. So I started out as a labourer, and I was like having to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning. I wasn't getting home till like 7 in the evening. And I was like labouring on site for however many hours a day, and I fucking wanted to kill myself. At like 16, I genuinely think I was like, fuck, what have I done to myself here? Like, I hate my life. I used to get home, have my dinner, fall asleep on the kitchen floor. I was that tired. Yeah. And then like wake up at whatever. My mother just let me there. Like, I'd wake up at whatever time and go to bed for like a few hours and then get back up to go to work. Yeah. But I was like, I have to do this now. I fucking made the decision to leave school. I have to, I can't be fucking bitching about it. I have to just get on with it. Like, and then the weekends were class because I had money, so you just get But the actual job, like, I dreaded going to work every day. I'd be in the van on the way to work, and I'd just be like crying inside. Like,
it's just exhausting, isn't it? It just absolutely wrecks mind
like,
and body.
And then, like, you're a teenager. You're not even, don't even know how to deal with that shit. Like, you just think I've done.
And everyone older than you is like, oh, at least you're still young. It's like, what? Like, yeah, I'm 15 and I'm supposed to be young, fit and healthy and sprightly and full of energy, but fucking hell.
Yeah, no. So, and I was working for my cousin and he paid me shit. So, like, I went to work for him the summer I was 14 and he was giving me like €200 a week, which is not bad money, like, really. So I was like, yeah, fuck, I'll do it. It never went up in 2 years when I was full time, like. So, but yeah, that's why I walked off the site. Like, I got out of the van early. Everyone else was sitting in the van waiting for it to be like time to start. I got out, started like mixing up cement and everything, and then he jumps out like 10 minutes later and starts screaming for mortar. Like, I'm like, fuck this cunt. Smashed his fucking shovel off the mixer. I just walked off the site. I was miles from anywhere. Like, my brother, who's deaf, didn't really know what was going on. He just saw us arguing, and then he got off the scaffold and grabbed his level, smashed it off the scaffold. He's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Like, you didn't know what was going on. He followed me, but I was already too far gone. But, yeah, and that was it. Then I didn't.
Never actually walked out on a job.
No, that was the.
I've been so close to.
Yeah.
This week.
I did have another job I walked out on, but it was after like 45 minutes.
Yeah.
But no, I'd say that was the worst job I ever had for sure. Like, just because of how it made me feel about myself.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the crack, like, I was working with some good lads and it was fun, but that's not enough, like.
What about you, Michael?
Oh, I can tell you this.
Oh, I think I can tell you this. Does it rhyme with schmentashma?
Kind of.
I had to spend a fair bit of the day trying to get this back out of my repressed memories to be able to tell you about it. I worked for Enterprise Rent-A-Car. It nearly killed me, which isn't funny, but yeah. So I started. I left. I was in the pubs. I was assistant manager. I thought I had a big, bright future ahead of me, and I was like, you know what? I don't like all these hours. I don't like all these late nights. I'm going to go get a normal job. So I went to work for Enterprise Rent-A-Car, where you had to start at 7:30 every morning, and if you got home by 7:30, you were very lucky. Jeez. And they brought you on. It was a graduate job, so you had to have a degree to even get an interview for the job, which I didn't find out till like halfway through the interview process. Then, so they told you, like, you're going to be, like, management trainee, and you're going to be, like, working your way up really quickly. You're going to be a manager in a couple of years. You're going to be on all this big money. Like they had all these core values that sounded amazing. We work hard and we reward hard work. Basically, if anything tells you in the training that you're going to be working hard, it means you're going to be working too hard. Yeah. So the first 6 months I spent basically washing cars in a suit in the summer.
Oh, that sounds gross.
Being a taxi driver for the absolute prick customers who we had to go and get, and trying to then bring them back to the office and trying to sell them protection and insurance that they didn't want.
Any of those jobs, trying to sell things that people do not need or want, you just feel like an absolute cunt.
Yeah, to be fair, I thought they needed it.
And the phone never stops ringing.
The phone never stops ringing. So they tell you, like, okay, you're going to be in charge of marketing. So you go, like, buy some donuts in the shop. We'll pay for them, Joe. You get the money back or whatever, bring a credit card. And then you go and you, like, talk to our accounts and, like, spend some time with them. Then when you get into real life, it turns out the branch is way too understaffed and way too busy for that. So you just don't have a chance to do it. And you're saying to the manager, but head office want me to go marketing. And they're like, I don't give a fuck about your marketing. And then at the end of the week, head office are like, well, did you go marketing? And you're like, no, I didn't have a chance. They're like, that's not a good enough excuse. And it's like, I am not in charge of my day. Someone is telling me what to do all day. I can't do it, And so then I got promoted to assistant manager, and I thought, oh, here we go. I'm in charge of my own day now. I'm my own boy. Turns out it was way worse. So much worse. The occasional time I was allowed to go and wash cars, I was so happy. It was so much easier than what I was doing. It was a logistical fucking nightmare. Basically, you had all these reservations for the next day. You didn't look at them till the day before. Let's say you have 4 Ford Focus-sized cars going out in the morning, and you would finish the day with nothing on site because you had to run at least 90% occupancy of all your cars. And it counted as a car not being in use if it was in the body shop as well. So if you had a damaged car, that counted as a car sitting in your forecourt that you had to account for. So basically, by the end of the day, you had to try and rent out all of your cars. So you come in the next morning, you check the night before, you're like, right, we have 3 cars going out at 8 o'clock in the morning. We have 3 cars coming back at 8 o'clock in the morning. We'll get them quickly turned around for the people and get them out. And then you get in the next morning and someone's made a reservation for 8:30 for another one of those cars. Someone's made a reservation for 9 o'clock for a van that you don't have.
Fuck.
So, and then 2 of the customers just don't return the cars that they said they would. When you finally get hold of them, they say, oh yeah, no, I'd like to extend. Yeah, that was kind of what it was like. You'd have 3 staff in the whole day for your branch. One of them would have to be going up picking up all the customers because you had to we offered a pickup to every single customer. And then you might, for that van deal at 9 o'clock, you might be told, oh, there's a van in Liverpool, which is an hour each way. And you have to send someone you have to call the customer, apologize, say it's not going to be until 10 o'clock. You have to send one of your precious staff members all the way to Liverpool for more than 2 hours to get this van. And you don't have a car to leave in Liverpool. You've used all your cars. There's no car on site that he can go to in Liverpool with and drop it to get the van.
Fucking hell.
So you have to send 2 staff members to Liverpool. Cars, probably. And then you call your area manager. Say, look, this physically isn't working. He's like, make it happen.
Oh, God.
So, the worst part was, it was horrible. No, it was just the worst. It was and the days got longer and longer. They ended up being 15-hour days a lot of the time. And then you had to work every second Saturday as well. And the staff were really, hard to deal with because they were annoyed because you were working them so hard. Your manager was really, really angry because you weren't making the sales targets, and the customers were angry because you weren't providing a decent service to them because you physically couldn't.
Just a massive shit circle.
Yeah, just every day I went in and my stomach was grinding. It felt like the worst form of torture to me. And as Bull said earlier, the phone did not stop ringing all day. So you had all that going on, and you had to be picking up the phone constantly, and essentially people were just calling to complain. Everyone was, and then you'd have someone at that same time, oh, you gave me this car yesterday and the tire's flat. And it's like, yeah, like, sorry, dude, pump it up and hope for the best, I guess.
Figure it out.
And then the worst part is I went to this new branch, and this is when my mental breakdown happened. And I was being bullied by the manager, and he said to me, if you say anything to anyone, I'll tell them you were being racist to me and you were calling me a bad word.
Really?
So he threatened. Yeah.
Fuck, I don't think I ever heard that.
What a cunt.
Yeah. It was a P word that I would not call anyone. So yeah, so that was my worst job ever. I had a mental breakdown, went off on a stick, and quit.
Fuck. And aren't you like the biggest fucking company for like?
Oh yeah,
in that industry, why the hell?
Their staff.
Huh?
Squeeze every drop out of your staff. You're gonna have a profitable company.
Yeah.
Sadly.
God, that's fucked.
Yeah, the amount of people who like went off on the sick and stress and stuff. And of course, when someone goes off on stress, branch is just down one person, you know?
Yeah.
So it gets even worse for everyone else.
So that's the best job you ever had. What's the worst job you ever had?
Stacking shelves when I was 16, got paid so much money, it was really easy and enjoyable.
Oh, it sounds horrible.
It's so bad.
I was selling soft drinks in school, in high school, and I was earning like £300 a week.
This sounds like you and Tony had a little fucking...
Yeah, he used to do his thing.
Going.
Because my dad's business, he used to have a macro card, and he would always get like the Coke, Pepsi, Fanta, whatever, like the stuff that's going out of date, and get it for like 20p a bottle, and I'd sell it £1 a bottle. And I would just be fucking absolutely raking it in. And then, look at me, bloody 30 years old. Actual job, earning less than that now. Thanks. And am I happier?
Yeah, so,
wouldn't say so.
Okay, so what I want to get at the end of this episode is what we think the worst job is. So out of the three of our jobs, whose job do you think is worst? I mean, Pat's didn't sound that bad. It was just like, are you a virgin? It wasn't that bad. I had people blackmailing me.
See,
he just casually asked you, were you a virgin?
When you see, you again talking about like, I mean, the work that you were doing sounded fucking miserable as well, but a lot of it seems situational and personal kind of things with dealing with the cunts.
Yeah.
Because like I worked for a large charity for a while, and they absolutely fucked us over. Did not get like half the payments that like it was. I think we were supposed to get a kind of good hourly rate, and every time someone signs up, you get a bonus on that as well. And sent us all over the fucking country. We had to pay for all of this out of pocket, and he would reimburse us. Never reimbursed us. It was like me and a couple of friends doing it, and like it was like we had great fun doing it because we're just on the street farting around trying to get people to sign up, earning a little bit of money. And then when we were actually making some of the money, we realised we could do what we could do, sending us to all these big events and things. And so yeah, paying for trains, hotels, all this sort of shit, and just never saw a fucking penny back. Like, good, probably close to £1,000 owed from.
Really?
Yeah.
You got swindled.
And you were one of those cunts trying to sign people up for charities while you're getting paid for it, like?
Yep.
I hate those cunts, Pat, so much. I knew there's something I didn't like about you. I knew it.
Why? What's wrong with that? They don't like. Yeah, we couldn't give a shit about the charity.
Yeah,
Like,
it's very false.
Still earning
it's like
money.
Charity work shouldn't be paid.
It should. Because you're gonna, unless you do just find so many volunteers who are willing to spend hours out of their day to try and help a better cause.
Yeah, but just like a lot of the money those people were paying was paying wages, you know.
Like, if it is all done fairly, and it hasn't got like some head honcho sitting on fucking millions of the charity, then that could get fucked.
Yeah, but without paying that wage, you would have no money coming in, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
2012.
True. But just like, it's like literally someone's coming up annoying you on the street, and if you say, actually, I will help out the charity, all you're doing is paying them to annoy you. Like, that's the way I look at it.
No, a part of it.
Part of it is, yeah.
Yeah. But a part of it's paying them to annoy you. Like, I'd rather they weren't there.
Yeah, but I mean, you're not someone who's ever bought into one, are you?
Not one of those, no.
So somebody who buys into them mightn't give it going once the majority of it is going to the charity itself. You know, they mightn't find it annoying that these people come up. They might be like, oh yeah, I was looking for you.
Yeah, something I never thought about. Tell me more. Here you go. Can't tell you much.
Okay.
Look at this cute little animal. Want to save him? Good. Here's your money, cunt.
So lads, I've been scouring the internet to try and find some of other people's worst jobs ever. And I found a few. And what I'm going to do is, because I'm aware my audio is worse than usual, I'm going to have you boys read them out.
Okay. Do we have
so I'm going to send it to you. I'm going to send the first one to you now. This one's for you, Paul.
You send it all over because I can't use my phone. Because you're on my phone.
You can send it to me, and I'll show it to you.
Yeah, the peek behind the curtain. I'm sending them to Big Mike and the boys group, so Tony's going to see them too.
Not the Potravini Pat page.
No.
So this comes in from Anonymous. 7 years ago, edited 7 years ago. Worked at a warehouse run by some sketchy Russian dude and his wife. They paid me under the table and shortchanged me every chance I got. I feel like that should be they got. They made us pay $1 for every time we went to the restroom. The wife would make us this nasty lunch and give us 10 minutes to eat. Not to mention that I was forced to work 15-hour days. Eventually I got good at my job. When it came time to quit, they tried to intimidate me by not letting me leave. I smashed the window next to the door and climbed out. They sent me a bill for the window and I called the IRS.
Jesus.
Well, like, I don't understand this.
Not the IRA.
Yeah, I don't understand this. Like, what? Like, just don't go back the second day, but...
Yeah. How many days were they there?
Well, he didn't say it, like, but it's like... It sounds like it wasn't just one day, like...
Yeah, it sounds like...
Charge him $1 every time we went to the restaurant.
Yeah, or just, like, finish off that one day. Like, I don't think you actually need to smash a window to climb out of a job. Literally, like, they're not chaining you in the basement.
Yeah. It feels like he was just afraid of Russians and didn't like Russian cuisine.
Yeah. Who doesn't like a good
didn't like paying to use the toilet at work.
Yeah.
Yeah, paying to use the toilet at work.
Yeah, that is obviously... No, it's all a bit much.
What? Okay,
well, forced to work 15-hour days. So you did more than one day. You weren't forced, though. This is the thing that kills me with people. They forced me. No, they didn't, man. You free will. Just
some people
walk out.
don't have that kind of luxury
they
to be able
they don't have
not
the,
work 15-hour days.
They don't have the luxury to not chow down some horrible Russian food in 10 minutes. No, fuck that. Like, then he called the IRS. Call the IRS day one. Day one, call the IRS. The first time they ask you for $1 to go to the toilet, call the IRS, I reckon.
Wait, is it $1 for wheeze and $2 for poos?
Yeah,
like
2 for poos.
No spray, no lay.
Oh, I love how it's like nasty lunch.
But
like.
it's so unnecessary. Eventually, I got good at my job. So
Yeah.
Guessing,
humble bragging, like.
Guessing they were here a while, but when it came to... Like, this person, anonymous from 7 years ago, was an idiot. Oh, like, there's so many things that... Yeah.
Where did you find this, Mike? Was this on Reddit?
I've been on Reddit, lads.
Yeah, I knew you had to have been.
Yeah. Like, how long is eventually, and what is the job?
Yeah, in a warehouse, like, a really good one. looking at stuff. I don't know what. Yeah,
putting things in boxes.
Driving a forklift. I don't know. Did they pay for his forklift lessons? Was that what they were taking $1 for the restroom for? You know.
Okay, so you're saying that's not the worst job ever?
No, for him maybe because he's a moron, but like, just do your piece before work as well. Look,
do
Amazon warehouse. Just get a bottle. Fuck.
Right. I mean, got the next one. I'm going to send this one to you, Pat.
All right. Okay. Whoa. So. This is from Roms is Mad from 8 years ago, edited 8 years ago. So I'm guessing Roms is mad about the job that the got sucked. Oh, no, this sounds like a good one, actually. During the last summer, I worked in a pig slaughterhouse for 2 months. Every week I had a different thing to do, but the worst I did was anus drilling. We've all been there, pal. Basically, you have some sort of big drill which you insert in the anus of the pig. Then you press the trigger and it digs a big fucking hole in his asses while sucking what's inside his intestines. Sometimes you can hit an abscess which would explode all over you. What a great summer. Edit, yes, the pigs were already dead, but since they're killed by electrocution, these sometimes have some nerves making them move.
That's definitely worse.
That's a lot worse.
Yeah.
But what do you think is involved in a slaughterhouse?
Yeah, you take a job in a slaughterhouse, mate. What do you expect?
You're gonna drill some assholes.
Yeah.
Like, it sounds.
That is true.
That sounds pretty horrific.
Yeah,
but it is also you're taking a job in a slaughterhouse. I mean, there's gonna be blood and guts, and
at least the shit's for free. You know what I mean?
See, yeah, Roms is mad. Roms, maybe just more disgusted than mad.
Maybe he's just a crazy.
Yeah, worse. Is it actually worse than the other one? Because clearly the first guy it was like working in a warehouse that can be done fairly easily.
But, like, who knows what that warehouse was? That could have been any kind of warehouse. That could have been, like, video games or sex toys, or it could have been, like,
fruits and veg,
or a bit of human trafficking, or...
It could have been.
Who knows what was in that warehouse, like.
See, I wish you could stay it. If only we could message Anonymous. Find out what kind of warehouse, because we need more information on on that one. This one, he gave us a lot of information, but nothing about his colleagues. Like, and it depends on the pay as well for a lot of these jobs. Because you can do some soul destroying stuff if the money's right. Like
hole destroying, you mean?
Anus drilling pigs.
Fucking hell. Right. Okay, I'm sending you on the next one now.
Okay. Nice. Anonymous again. He got around, didn't he? 8 years ago. I once had a job where my only duty was to put an instructional... What? Yeah. To put instructional DVDs into envelopes for 8 hours. For 8 hours, but spelt wrong. A lot of this is spelt wrong, bud. You were lucky to have a job. 1 second. I once had a job where my only duty was to put instructional DVDs into envelopes for 8 hours a day, over and over. Thousands and thousands of envelopes. Paper cuts galore. Yeah, that didn't last long.
See, now that sounds miserable as fuck.
But it does, but come on, like
it's mind-numbing.
I hate this person. Did you translate this?
No.
I know you didn't. I know, I wished you did. Oh. But, like, do you know, do they deserve any better? And maybe they do now, 8 years on, maybe they've learned. But
how old are you? Like, if you're 15 and you get a job, like 13 to 15, you get a job like that, you'd be like, bro, this is fucking sweet.
Paper cuts. How bad are you at putting DVDs in envelopes? Like, paper cuts galore.
DVD cuts than bloody paper cuts. Get a stray DVD to the neck. That's you gone.
Neck.
Wild Wild West it, like your man with the...
And for 8 hours a day. That's just a working day, cunt. That's just a day's work. I get the other guy when he said 15 hours a shift.
15
but yeah, like, that's a bit excessive. That's more than half your day. That's fair enough. 8 hours, completely okay. Like that's a regular old shift.
I think their point was that they were doing the exact same thing for 8 hours.
No, I understand that, but that's the job you took.
That wasn't 1 hour of their day.
That's the job you took.
Yeah, but they might have lied to him. They might have said he was like a marketing executive, you know, or something like a marketing assistant. You know, they
anyway,
might have said
he is because he's getting that marketing out.
DVDs, all that.
He said, "Yeah, that didn't last long."
And
but like, how many paper
envelopes
cuts
come in DVDs?
Oh, they did.
DVDs come in envelopes.
They would come on like newspapers in those envelopes with the little windows on the front.
Okay. Oh, okay, yeah.
Instructional
ones,
used to come
in envelopes.
Instructional DVDs. So instructional DVDs.
One instructional plural DVD.
And I mean, he must have done it for more than a day because he did thousands and thousands of envelopes, paper cuts galore.
How many could you do in 8 hours, do you think?
I reckon I'd be banging out probably like.
I reckon over 1,000 a day.
Oh, easy. I'd say.
Because that's what. So did he just do one day? Because he's like.
Oh, I'd say you'd be doing
thousands and thousands.
Yeah, I'd say
that should be one day's work. Yeah. Thousands and thousands.
Yeah, true. You do 300 or 400 in an hour, I'd say.
It depends on how you are receiving the envelopes and how you are receiving the DVDs. Because if you're having to like faff around opening envelopes, opening DVD boxes...
I don't think you'd have to open envelopes, open DVD boxes, Pat. I really don't think so.
Huh?
I don't think you'd have to.
What?
Open envelopes.
So you reckon you just got stacks and stacks and stacks of dry 1,000... I don't know why they're dry. I'd hope they're dry if they're my DVDs. I'm like, here
comes the wet one.
Like, I would be more concerned about my tongue cuts if these are envelopes that you're having to lickaroo.
You're not licking them, Pat.
Well,
these don't specify. When was the last time you...
If you do one every 5 seconds and you never stop to spend €1 to go to the toilet, then you would be able to do 9,600 a day.
Yeah. Yeah. I reckon you'd have a no bother.
I think 5 seconds is...
3 every 10 seconds.
And that's me licking them.
That's included the lick!
Pat, they asked you not to lick them. And you insisted.
But I'm going to lick it, Mike.
I got to lick it so it slides right in the envelope.
Yeah, lick the DVD.
Come on, we got another one. This is good. I hope it's not anonymous again, man. He went from fucking...
Oh, this is a big one.
I'm glad that's not mine.
Quixotic Road. I don't know what that means. Also 8 years ago. This person gets fully into it. Like,
can we
the job description and all. Sales associate at Bath and Body Works. As a shopper, I have never been inside a Bath and Body Works where the employees gave customers hand massages with the lotion. But I swear to God, we had to at the one I worked at. We would have a sales goal for the day, pick our favourite lotion and force it upon people. I think that's a fantastic thing for any business. Like, not the massages. Choosing one product, one product that you want to push and push it as hard as you can and you get a bit of a cut on the sales of that.
Paper cut.
Love them. We'd have a sales goal for the day, pick our favourite lotion and force it upon people as they walked in.
Literally force it upon their hands. Like.
Yeah. Then, while rubbing their hands, we would exclaim about all the wonderful properties of said lotion and why on earth you should pay $18 for it, while your manager is asking you how many... sorry, this should have been a comma there. $18 for it, while your manager is asking you how many you sold through your earpiece. Not only did it make me feel creepy, it attracted creepy old men who felt obliged to tell me exactly what they would like to do with the body butter. Maybe I bloody put a lid on it! Full circle.
Oh.
The smell of all the products made me want to throw up after a couple of weeks, and there was a nice old woman who had been working there for years, and her hands were cracked and bleeding from handling all that crappy lotion every day. I had to quit after 6 weeks.
6 weeks is a long time to give that job.
I'm guessing it's...
Had to quit after 6 weeks. Had to do it. Like, what was the other option? Don't know. Had to do it.
And see, with this, is it every day that they're doing this? I know this person is making it seem like that. I just think she wasn't very good at selling them.
You were fucked.
See?
Think about it.
This is like, I would bloody sell absinthe to everyone. But I don't get a cut in it. See, I'm just assuming, sorry. Oh, I know you get some absolute rotten people coming in. And you'd be having to rub the...
Holding hands with people like...
Little nasty hands. See, that's why I feel bad for people who do like mani-pedis and things in salons. God, I feel so
bad for them though.
It's
the life they've chose, you know.
It's just like it's the life she chose, but only for 6 weeks.
Yeah, but she didn't actually expect that to be the case in the place she worked. You know, when you're taking on mani-pedis, that's your entire job. And is it a woman or is it a man?
I'm assuming a woman. From not only did it make me feel creepy, it attracted creepy old men who felt obliged to tell me what they would like to do with the body butter.
Yeah. Could go
They're less likely to do that to a woman, to a man.
Huh?
Probably.
Yeah, less likely,
but... yeah, that's... Again, I just want to know what the hourly rates were for these people.
That one's having go. That one's the old man to tell him where he'd like to
He wouldn't mind that one.
You wouldn't mind it?
He wouldn't mind that one.
6 weeks isn't that long.
You were like, the lid's a bit tricky to get off, but when you get into this... when you get into this one, oh yeah.
Wait, what's that? Okay, the next one, just came through.
Oh yeah, I got a long one. Oh no. Anonymous again, 9 years ago.
Okay, yeah.
So Anonymous had a job 9 years ago, 8 years ago, and 7 years ago. So this is 9 years ago. You know those drawstrings in your athletic shorts? A machine doesn't thread those into the waistband. I do. I did. Again. All of them in, like, my waistband, like, you know?
Is that...
And how dare you assume that I have athletic shorts? A machine doesn't thread... No, like, that's surely just one brand, like. I'm sure machines do thread them through, like. And also, if you have, like, a fucking stick or some way of doing it, it's very easy, like.
See, and again, with these kind of things, is that the only job they are doing in this place?
Yeah, well, it would be.
Like, would it, though? I feel a lot of jobs, they mix it up, get some other stuff. It's like...
Yeah, you do a bit of anal drilling. You do a bit of fucking...
See, the pig
electric fucking shocking. You do a bit of fucking tagging. I don't know what to do. But yeah, because he was learning something new every week, that lad. He said I was doing a new job every week. Yeah. This guy just like...
Oh, okay.
Here we go.
So we don't think that last one's too bad?
No, cunt.
Nah. Because I could...
He was going for the shock factor, but I'm shocked you're such a cunt. Anonymous.
What's the worst so far?
Well...
There's different aspects of worse.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, for the people, I suppose all of them are bad, but like, if I were to do any of them, I reckon I'd do them better than those people. Definitely.
So I would say the worst one out of that is actually the body butter.
Oh yeah, probably.
Like dealing with,
and because it shouldn't be part of the job as well. That's another thing.
No, yeah. If you wanted to get your hands rubbed up, go to a mani-pedicurist.
Don't say that. Don't encourage creepy people to go and take advantage of that service.
I'm pretty sure they know about it already. But these are just the free...
Go to a masseuse.
Yeah, that's the word I was trying to think of. Not mani-pedicure. And yeah, like, anything with dealing with the public, God, it knows no bounds on how gross, creepy, and stupid and shit that they can be. So I would say that's the worst so far.
Yeah, I would agree.
And for you, I'm guessing the anus drilling pigs because of your life choices.
None of them sound good.
See, with the
Probably the
drawstrings.
athletic shorts one sounds the best.
Yeah, like, I'm sure you could just sit in a room listening to music doing that. There's probably, yeah.
What about the one with the mad Russian food? That sound nice?
The person who's got
that's
just a fucking
they're
idiot.
they're looking for sympathy.
Sketchy Russian dude and his wife. His name's fucking Vladimir or whatever. He's grand. Like, you're just afraid of him because he's got a Russian accent. You can't.
Yeah, if they gave us a bit more info, then maybe we could understand. But no. Okay. I feel I've read this one before. Actually. So this is from Little Miss Movie, 9 years ago. I once worked as a production assistant for a prank show where the star of the show would run up to people and just insult them or say something completely inane while referencing pop culture, or quiz them about fairly common knowledge so they could make fools out of themselves in front of the camera. As a PA, I was the one who had to run up to the victims and get all the information and signatures, including social security numbers, photo IDs, addresses, and other info for the release forms. None of these people ever wanted to be on camera in the first place, especially after being insulted or humiliated. I was yelled at, spit on, hated by these poor people who were just in the wrong place at the wrong time, all while a producer screamed into a walkie-talkie hooked to my ear that we need this person's permission and to make sure they don't get away. It was as if my job was to ruin their day. It sucked. I think that's fucking horrendous. I hate those kind of prank shows where if it is just coming up and making people feel really fucking stupid, abusing them in some way and just being like, ho, this is funny. And then, for someone...
Nah, don't fuck up anyone else's day. Look.
Yeah. I love, like, Impractical Jokers, their prank things.
Because it's basically on themselves. It's all on them.
Yeah.
Like, the joke's on them. It's not on anyone else. Like.
It's, like, more wholesome and not abusive. And, like, I remember seeing a video of... I think it was not long after the Paris attacks of some guy dressed as a Muslim
Oh, yeah.
and he's just running up to people running near groups of people with a backpack, taking it off, chucking the backpack near them and shouting like Allah Akbar and running off. And you're like, you are a fucking cunt.
Mm-hmm.
Like, people are already shit scared of the situation. People are already being prejudiced against Muslims now because of this, and you are just spurring that on even more. Like, fuck yourself.
Yeah. But then, see, this is the thing with these jobs, man. Like,
you probably know what you're getting into, to be fair, with this one.
But I mean, after one day, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know about any of these. I know sometimes people feel pressure to stay. Maybe I'm just too privileged that I don't have to stay in a job or whatever. But fuck it, no one has to do anything they don't want to do.
I mean, this person is a PA, so they're not high-ranking.
Yeah, I know, but you could be a PA for someone who's not such a good.
Do you think we could guess who the star is?
When I was working in Enterprise, I was like incredibly in debt, so I felt like I couldn't leave.
Yeah.
But you could have got a job in a corner shop and fucking paid off that debt, you know?
I kind of needed something that paid a certain amount.
I don't know.
To be able to keep up with my bills.
Maybe so. But most of these sound like minimum wage jobs, like.
Yeah.
Yeah, not that one, but a lot of the other ones, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, this one's still going to be fairly minimum wage, but it's also a position where you could get... Like, this looks good on a resume if you're looking to get into television industry.
Oh, it's a good fucking door into the industry or whatever. Yeah. You get that. People are trying to work their way up.
This person, when they were taking that job, they might have thought that they were just, gonna go and, secure locations and, speak to people so they can be recording your shop.
Very much so. But after a day of not doing those things, you'd know,
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. But again, that's like their career that they chose is to be working in TV, so to kind of quit that job might seem... I'm just thinking what might be thinking.
Oh, no, I understand that as well. I'd completely do, and I get why people wouldn't do, but I just wouldn't. Personally, I wouldn't fucking spend time doing something I didn't want to do. Then again, they could be fucking 18, 19, and that's not how that's not what you're thinking at that age. So... Little Miss Movie. So do you think she made it?
So
What made the film?
Made it
Made
big
the
time.
film industry.
Let's reach out to her. 9 years ago.
Get in touch. It's probably a big miss movie now, actually. Okay, so I've got the last one for you lads.
What?
And let's see what you think of this one.
I fucked a frog 8 years ago.
Did you? Tell us
Did
more
you?
about that.
I used to work at a jerk-off booth in Vegas. If you don't know what that is, it's where there's a chick putting on a nude show while the guy sits behind a glass mirror and jerks off. My job was when the dude was done, I had to go in after him and clean his cum off the glass. The stripper dances behind. Oh, off the glass, the stripper dances behind. It was gross, and some dudes actually have smelly cum. I don't know if it's the diet you're on or what. I had to get in there quick too because cum will leave a horrible streaks if it doesn't get cleaned right away. This guy wins.
Do they? You know exactly what you're getting yourself into.
Oh, I know, but like that's just the worst.
No other way about it.
That's just the worst job that exists.
The guy. Their name is I Fucked a Frog, though.
Yeah.
That
Turned
tells
out
you
to be
a
a
lot about
prince.
him.
Fuck.
Why is it on the glass? How did it get on the glass every time?
Because they're trying to come on her.
Yeah,
look.
they're making it look like they're coming on the woman.
Put yourself in the guy's shoes, Mike. Put yourself in that jerk-off boot.
Yeah, that's pretty gross.
Man.
But also,
I mean, look, it's pretty bad. Or the smell or whatever might be bad. But like, you rubber glove yourself up. You
exactly. And
you
like,
take a fucking...
when I was working night shifts in the hostel, I would have to like deal with the sanitary towels and stuff.
Yeah.
And they're like, that's pretty bad.
And
And
Tony used to clean up old people's shit.
yeah.
Which I think is worse than young man's cum.
It could be
I'm
anything.
just putting that out there. I think an old person's shit is worse than a young man's cum.
Why young?
The love of my life is sitting across the table from me, shaking her head furiously.
Saying she would rather
Young
old man
man
shit.
What would you prefer? Beb?
Shit.
You prefer the shit, yeah.
Coming from a pregnant woman who has had a young man's.
It's disgusting, you know.
Ooh, it's all opinion.
Huh?
It's all opinion.
Votes on the worst one. Mike,
The last one, that's why I put it last.
the cum wiper.
Actually, no, my job in Enterprise was worse than that.
No, my job.
I would have enjoyed that.
You were praying for cum at that stage.
I did have to clean cars. That's all I'm saying.
Matt, for me, it's the with Vladimir and his wife. That was the worst one.
Really?
No.
Okay,
no,
yeah, I was going to say.
it's
throughout that whole
100% clean and come up. You get your comeuppance. What would you?
I'm going to go with the hand moisturizer.
You still think that's worse than cum all over the place?
Because think, how many of these people had cum on their hands? Not like a full load, but cum
Particles.
cum particles.
Afterwards, probably a lot. Like when they went home.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
but like that's so gross. If that's not actually your job description, and you pick a job and you start doing that for you,
Yeah.
then no.
I love it. It's like, your job is to like just clean all the windows in this building. But also you gotta come on this one. You gotta come on this one every day. You come on this window every day. That's
No, I just said you got your rubber glovies.
yeah.
You rubber glovies. You got a massive fucking tissue. Spray.
One big tissue.
Like I'm picturing a
Not a bucket of hot soapy water, like.
huh?
Not a hot soapy water, just
And a spray, I was saying.
You let him finish like they do.
But you're going to need to... You're not going to hot soapy water straight away, because warm water makes semen coagulate. And so you give it a wipe with your massive tissue first in your rubber glovies. Give it a couple of sprays with your glass cleaner.
And then cotton pads.
Yeah.
Cotton pads. Pat finds better.
See? Easy. I'll clean up cum any day of the week.
Clean up anybody's cum.
Bloody do every day.
You've been doing it in my room since I left.
I'd be getting so good I'd be going in there catching up before it hit the glass. Oh.
Right.
Rubbing strangers' hands, creepy strangers' hands is way worse than
picking up a creepy stranger's cum.
Yeah, because you don't have to deal with them, and you're prepared.
You gotta rush in there and get it.
You better do it.
Otherwise, it gets too sticky. Stinky spunk.
Oh, the stinkiness is a bit bad, but
I'll eat pineapple before they go in. Okay, so are you ready for? It's how I tell them, Mike.
Should we ask the listeners first, though, to write in what they think?
No, it's not point, is there?
Ben, just write in. Alice, if you still listen.
Have I ever tried to go to Mike's Joke a Week without you interrupting, Pat? Have I ever?
That's the thing.
I think that's the thing.
That's my segment.
Oh, that's the worst segment. I'm cutting it out. I'm cutting you out of every episode.
Oh, don't, Mike. Leave him in. Leave him in.
Just cutting Pat out of the whole episode. I'll leave us talking to Pat in. That's the voice is coming.
I think you should do that for an actual Patreon episode or a Patreon episode. Just take one, cut me out of the whole thing and just re-release it and just be like, why is this so bizarre?
Why is this so much better? Okay, so it's Mike's Joke of the Week. It's how I tell him.
That's how he tells him. That's how he tells him.
I once worked in a recycling centre. At least I thought it was a recycling centre. Turns out the boss had lied to me. It was rubbish. That's how I tell him.
That's how he tells him, Pat.
That's how he bloody tells him.
Oh, that's very funny. What do they do with the bikes after the Tour de France, Mike?
Sell them, auction them off.
Bloody recycle them.
Goodbye, Australia.
Goodbye, Australia.
Thanks, bye.
Catch you later.
Tony wasn't here.
Did we mention that?
Tony wasn't here.
Or did we just cut him out the episode this week?
Perfect.
We didn't bring it up.
Not once.